back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another Q&A about Columbia College Chicago. I get questions asked weekly on YouTube, on Instagram about the school, and I want to do another Q&A because, like I said, I get a lot of questions asked, and I think these are super helpful for anyone who also has this question and is afraid to ask. So I have a ton of them on my phone. I'm just gonna read them off and then answer. So I've replied to every single one of these comments and messages, so I've already answered them. But yeah, if you have any questions or whatever, definitely message me on my Instagram. It's linked down below and I'll have it right here, or you can also comment down below on this video if you would like. So let's just get right into it. The first question is wondering what campus jobs look like. So I'm not sure if I answered this question in my last video. I'm not sure for any of these questions, so if it's a repeat, I'm sorry. But when you are accepted and actually going to be going to the school, you get access to this job site called Handshake. And so on there, it just like has your where you go to school, your major, your minor if you have one, and then you can find jobs throughout Chicago. Also on there, that is where the campus jobs are. So there's a wide variety of campus jobs. A lot of them are specific for majors, so it will tell you like, oh, you have all of the requirements checked off. If you don't know or can't find that, click on the job posting and it will say to the right if you're eligible for this job. Sorry, the lighting is changing. There's clouds, the light's changing. I don't know what to say. So yeah, there's, like I said, a wide variety of jobs. You definitely need to look for things that are for either your major or specifically for everyone. Some jobs are working as a tour guide, working at different facilities, being a tutor, being a assistant at a desk. I know that if you're going to be going to school in fall, 2019, the student center is opening up and I know they're hiring. I had a campus job and I was working admission events, so I know a lot of people who watch my videos said hi to me. Thank you so much for saying hi. So that's a job. That was a super easy. It was only on the weekends, and yeah, it was super fun and I had a great time. I met some really cool people while working it, and I got to talk about my major, which is a big plus. But yeah, campus jobs, there's a good variety of them. The question is, it's like a whole paragraph. She's like, I'm afraid not being successful in my field, and if I have any advice that I could give her, because Columbia is expensive. I mean, all colleges are, which is stupid. So she's afraid like if I waste money or whatever. So I definitely would say freshman year, don't just sit around and party and stuff. Like, definitely network and like join clubs and start working on portfolio work and finding internships like right away. Like freshman year is where you need to figure out like if this is really what you want to do, and by actually experiencing it is a big deal, because I know people, a good amount of people I knew freshman year actually dropped out freshman year because they hated the classes, and freshman year classes are basic classes, obviously. So I definitely recommend like getting out there and like figuring out what you do. And I know that seems really scary, and like you might not like what you want to do when you get to college, and it's okay to feel that way. So yeah, definitely like network, meet people, and start looking for jobs and expanding your portfolio. The lighting is changing so badly, oh my god. So this girl asked a question about housing and transfer. So she applied for housing and didn't realize you couldn't choose a building. Unfortunately, being a freshman or a transfer student, you can't choose for housing. It's kind of like I don't know how to explain it, but once you finish your freshman year and you want to do housing again, you get to choose. It's like kind of like a seniority kind of thing. And they also like to put transfer students with freshmen because they're both new to the school, which I know a lot of transfer students, if you're over 21 or like just don't want to be with freshmen, I understand. That's where when the housing portal comes in, when you kind of like start looking for someone, definitely strive for someone who's older, for sure, because you can choose who you want to room with, but unfortunately you can't choose where you want to live. So she's just talking about how she wants to live in the ARC, and that's upperclassmen. So I'm not sure, don't quote me on this, but they definitely might not put, even if you're over 20, which is the age limit that they want to put you in, they're not going to put you in the ARC, because the ARC fills up pretty fast, because it's the nicest and the newest. So next question is about admitted student stay. I know that admitted student stay already happened. That was a spring thing, but anyone who's planning on going to Columbia, or whoever's watching this in the future from when I upload this, but admitted student stay is kind of like they invite anyone who was admitted into the school, so got a letter of acceptance. They get to come and like check it out a little bit more, get to like talk to people in their major and kind of like explore it a little bit more. Do like, depending on what your major is, you get to like sit at like student panel or like actually be in a classroom. So yeah, that's what admitted student stay is. You get lunch, things, a lot of information is going to be coming at you. You get tours, etc. So if you're really wanting to get a better look at the school, and you're still kind of deciding, definitely do the admitted student stay route. The next question is talking about fashion and business major situation. So I want to do a whole video on that, so definitely check it out. I did reply to this person and told them a little bit, but I'm gonna make a whole video definitely in my senior year about my experience with fashion and business and photography, so check it out. I'm not done with my major yet or my minor, so I don't have all the information, I don't have the rundown yet. So if you're asking about that and came to my channel, that is my major. Definitely ask me questions if you want to know now, but currently I'm not going to make a video or talk about it because there's so much. There's also how much have you heard about people pulling out loans. I'm not going to say like about me personally in loans, but everyone's loans are going to be different. Unfortunately, in today's society, I mean, if you get a full ride, that's great, then you don't need to pull out loans, but college is expensive and people pull out loans, and it's not something to be ashamed of to have loans at all. College is expensive. I don't expect anyone to have freaking 30 grand of money in their pocket. Some people do, but yeah, I've heard people pulled out a lot, and that's not something to be ashamed of. So yeah. The last question that I have is about how much is rent a month, and I am adding this as my last question because it's also the last thing I screenshotted. But one, when you don't pay monthly, it's a dorm building, or a dorm room, resident hall, whatever you want to call it, you sign, it either comes out of a loan or it's in your tuition. So depending on how you pay, you either pay it up front or you do little snippets throughout the year. But yeah, you don't pay monthly, if that makes sense, which in the long run well, in the short run, it's really nice. You don't have to worry about paying rent every month, but in the long run, you're gonna have to pay it sometime. Just, yeah. So those are the questions that I have for my Q&A about Colombia. Like I said in the beginning of this video, if you have any more questions, leave them down below or DM me. I'll surely be able to answer them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video.